Hello, y'all. I'm back with a little bit of another DoorDash rant. It's not as bad as the Mickey D's, honey, on the Merc. However, a little bit problematic. We're going to get into, but we're going to start off with the good things first, honey. I finally ran into some fellow Dashers, honey. It looks like the Dashers all congregate at the Chipotle, baby. The Chipotle is where we get the most consistent orders. Because now I've been to the one on Ramsey Street quite a few times at this point. It's been more than 5 times. And then I gotten stack orders from Chipotle multiple times as well. So it's safe to say I've been to Chipotle over 10 times out of my dashes, which is quite a large amount considering that I got, I think, 82 dashes to date. Somewhere along those lines, I got 82 dashes in. We're approaching the 100 dash mark. And of those 82, I can say at least 10 has been from Chipotle. And have been among my most profitable has been from Chipotle. Except for this last one, which was for $3, which I accepted because it was a stack order for $6. And both of the houses were literally one block over from each other. Not even a mile, literally like the next street over 400 some feet, well, maybe 1,000 feet. So 1/5 of a mile, the next house was there. So I accepted it. It's like, okay, I'm going a total of less than 5 miles. The Chipotle is right here. I'm already within 2 minutes of the Chipotle. It's $6, really. Two $3 orders, which means neither customer has given a tip, but that's okay. That's why DoorDash darn gonna combine y'all together, because nobody went about to pick up no $3 no tip order, because that's the base pay. When you see a $3 order come through DoorDash, that means, honey, they ain't tip worth nothing. So yeah, I accepted the order thinking it was going to be in and out like normal, or maybe take about 5 minutes. The longest I've waited has been 10 minutes, right? So I go in and I'm noticing everybody else is outside. But he ain't made no mention that us DoorDash is supposed to be waiting outside. I guess it supposed to be courtesy. I guess he thought I was a customer coming in. Now I don't know why he didn't peep that I was looking at my phone, and I immediately tried it. I was looking at the order thing, because that's what we normally do with Chipotle. They have this this section where we go to pick up the orders. We look for the name and grab our bags and go. But for whatever reason, they had the orders lined up out on the window. All across the window was the orders, and the receipt was facing the windows for the door dashers to look for their order. So I guess they was practicing social distancing to separate the customers from the dashers, but he did not know that I was the dasher upon entry. And it's like, I done took me a seat, honey. I done took me a seat. I'm not dining. I'm waiting on the order. Honey, DivaWuan got some health problems. I sure did set my behind right down. I wasn't about to go outside the way. He ain't tell me to go out at no point in time, so I wasn't about to go out. Now, if he would have told me to go out and wait for the order, okay, but honey, everybody else getting antsy, but it was a dozen of us. But the first day, though, was at the Ramsey Street. They had us waiting. This was the day prior. So this was Saturday. This past Saturday, the 14th. And I was waiting about a good 10 to 12 minutes. And it was mostly, this was when I came across like a half dozen door dashers, all of us of the African persuasion, except for two white sisters. A white sister, yeah, no white guy at all in the midst. Fair skin, dark skin, brown skin, honey, all the spectrums of, black women and black men of us at the Ramsey Street one. Got my order, got out. That's the first time I encountered another dasher. Multiple dashers, because I've seen dashers come in and out of the McDonald's, like one or two Hardee's, but this is the first time I've seen over a half a dozen of us all within one space together. So this was the Chipotle on Ramsey Street. So not even 24 hours later, I go to the one on Skyboat, because like I said, I had a stack order, right? Things are a little bit different. They got the orders lined up at the window, like I already said earlier. And for whatever reason, out of all these orders lined up, ain't none of our orders. So I'm like, well, damn, how far behind are you? Cause now it's at least a dozen people outside, and mostly of a different persuasion. It's like I seen a biracial black man in the midst, a mixed race, a Latina black woman, Afro Latina. A black woman eventually came up. A couple black women eventually came up later on. A tall, sculpted, honey, y'all know DivaWuan always finding the sculpted black man, honey. Unfortunately, I don't never find one I can actually holler at. It's always on the damn job. Damn. But, honey, we'll do a DivaWuan dating chronicles later on in another video, honey. But, honey, DivaWuan always finding the sculpted man on the road I can't talk to. But, yeah, we all waiting. It's over a dozen of us all waiting at one time. And by the time, I got my order, it was over 20 of us that have came and gone. Some have pulled up and already picked their order and got the rest of us looking side. I was like, ain't this about a bit? It's like, honey, we've been waiting 15 minutes at this point. You roll up and just casually pull up. So all of us getting antsy. By the 20-minute mark, 4 of the people who was waiting outside and came inside, started creeping up. And it looked like it was about to be a DoorDash gang situation, honey. Gang. Honey, do I got my DoorDash Oh, wait a minute, I got it, honey. Let me get my doggone mask on real quick. Oh, it looked like it was about to be one of these situations. Where my order hoe? I'm serious. It looked like we was about to doggone stick them up. But, honey, we weren't about to ride the place. We was demanding our doggone order. No order, no peace. No order, no peace. Honey, about 4 or 5 of them that came in. It was like, because we waiting 20 minutes at this point, and finally at the 25-minute mark, I get my first order. It took another 6 minutes for him to tell me that the second order, they don't recognize they ain't seeing it in the system. So it took me about 5 more minutes to get doggone. Now, mind you, around the 16-minute mark, I've been doggone contacted the first customer that, they was running behind. And 9 minutes later, I got their order. So I didn't leave the first customer hanging in the midst of all this. Because Lord knows she got her doggone order about a half hour late. But, the first 25 minutes wasn't really on me. Hell, the other 15 plus minutes wasn't on me either. Because, honey, she was about 30, 40 plus minutes late with her order. Good thing she was just down the street. Or it would have been even longer. But come to find out, when I contacted customer service, the Chinese, I said, oh, Lord, of all days for them to, I don't know if it's because my name is Lawan and, they always think I'm an Asian. They always want to put me with the Asian person on the phone half the time. I was like, this is not the day for us to be going through this language barrier. And I'm telling her that they ain't pulling up my second customer in the system, because when it came through on my DoorDash app, it came through under darn Chipotle. See, this is where I tell you the app be having issues. Honey, come to find out, she said, the second order is for Panera, but she said it in an Asian accent, so I didn't think of Panera bread at first. I said, who? She said, Panera. I said, hot darn. And I literally said that. I ain't give a... Y'all know me. I said, oh, hot darn. Oh, my bad. I ended up having to call back, get an American-sounding person on the phone to unassign the order, because at this point, I'm running 30-some minutes late for the first customer. I'm not about to go dash down the street to Panera Bread, and they're going to pick up the second order, and they're going to really run late. So, and it's like the customer is a $3 order. I'm not about to rate a hassle. And then this was when I had a goal as well. I said, I can't darn gonna risk darn gonna going through all these trials and tribulations. And I'm trying to make my first $200 within a week. So I canceled that one, delivered to the other one, got several more orders, a lot larger, including a $10 order from the Habitat Burger. Now, this is where DivaWuan's stupid behind was clueless again. Now, how many times I've been to darn on Aspen Dental, getting my work done on my teeth. I did not recognize the address. Because I'm so focused on the fact that it said, the Habitat Burger Home Depot. I was like, when the hell Home Depot start having restaurants inside the darn on store? And then I said, okay, maybe this is something new. Maybe it's something new. Dun, 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 dun. So my behind went into the Home Depot, waved somebody down. They was like, the Habitat Burger's over there in front of the darn on Target. I was like, oh, okay. And then as I'm going towards the Habitat Burger, now my dentist, if y'all familiar with Aspen Dental in Fayetteville, it's attached to several buildings. And the Habitat Burger is right next door on the same building. So, and it's a small building of 3 to 4 businesses. And I'm trying to figure out, Diva, you was just here getting your porcelain crown 3 days ago. You done got to the point where you don't even have to put the darn on address in the darn on GPS anymore to get here. Why in the world did it not click in my brain when the address came up? I was so focused on Home Depot that it did not register to me that this is the exact same address as my dental office. So DivaWuan had a darn on But fortunately, the Home Depot is literally just 500 feet over. And then, DoorDash didn't make it better with being off greatly, because how about it literally pointed me in the direction of Home Depot. It said the Home Depot / the Habit Burger. So that's another fault on it. Because even though I should have known better because I am a patron of Aspen Dental, what about somebody else who would have picked up that order? They would have thought Home Depot, because going by GPS, it literally parks you in the Home Depot parking lot. So, and it says your destination has arrived. Now, the Habitat Burger is 500 feet further. But if you're not looking that way to pay attention to that, because the sign is very small, it's on the actual store. It's not no big standalone sign like McDonald's. So your natural instinct is to go inside the Home Depot because GPS has it as Home Depot / the Habitat Burger. And I'm thinking, okay, like when it sent me to Walmart last week, it sent me to the Subway, but it specified that it's within Walmart. So I go into Walmart and I go to the Subway department. So when it came up Home Depot / the Habitat Burger, and then it says I arrived at my destination when I pull up at the Home Depot, my behind is naturally thinking it's inside the Home Depot like the Subway is inside the Walmart. That's not the case. So once again, other issues that you will experience with the app, especially if you're in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I hope this saves somebody the embarrassment of going into the Home Depot thinking it's a restaurant arisen up in the darn on Home Depot. No, it has not, honey. So it's actually right next door to the Aspen Dental. So I hope I saved somebody that darn gone trip in advance. But yeah, that was my darn gone week, y'all. Made my first $200 in a week despite those trials and tribulations, despite the long wait time with the darn gone Chipotle, and the fact that it came up as an error in the thing. Now I did get another stack order later on that day, and this time it was a true stack order for the same place. Like I ordered and I was waiting like 7 minutes. Like this was the thing throughout the whole day. I'm waiting and waiting. Every single place that I went to, I literally had to wait. I don't think that there was not one place where I was just in and out. It was like I literally had to wait a few minutes for every place. I was like, darn, they just gonna make me work for this record, honey, of breaking $200 within a week of door dashing. But I was determined. So determined that DivaWuan, with her lack of driving experience and darn going dark times, at dark, I took the risk. Y'all know how much I hate a bridge. This $10 order from the Habitat Burger, to add insult to injury of darn on mistakenly going to the darn on Home Depot when it wasn't really a mistake on my fault. It sent me to Home Depot and it had Home Depot on the darn on app / the Habitat Burger. So I'm going to Fort Bragg. Now, y'all know DivaWuan just almost crashed her car the other day trying to get to Fort Bragg in the daytime. Now, why do DivaWuan want to be so bold to darn on travel to darn on Fort Bragg in the heat of the night? In the heat of the night. Honey, DivaWuan was determined to go get the money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Honey, I was quickly regretting that sugar honey iced tea. I'm going down this dark road. I was like, damn. Now, Diva, didn't you learn the last time when you almost crashed this darn on bitch? Like, girl. And then it's even worse because it's nighttime. It ain't no car that's going to really take sympathy to darn gonna help you out of anything. See, that's why I darn gonna pay my $350 a month for this car. Because when this situation arises, honey, somebody gonna pick DivaWuan up. Somebody I got a tow on hand. That's why I paid $350 a month for that mug. I could have got it a lot cheaper, but honey, I wanted to make sure since I'm a girl by myself, and if I'm doing DoorDash at the nighttime, honey, I need all the assistance. I need somebody to pick me up. If I crash, I need a darn on rental in place. Honey, my coverage plan covers all that. But honey, that doesn't darn on, you know, when you in the moment, honey, it's like it's like, girl, I got to darn on survive first before I can get to this luxury point of darn on car payments and all this, that, and the third. Rental assistance and all that if I crash this mug. Honey, how about my darn on my ditzy behind? I'm darn on going on the dark highways. And the way that my darn on thing flicks, I did not even realize that it flicks 3 times. I'm just so used to flicking hard and it naturally goes to headlight mode. And I'm like, but damn, these roads are so dark. It ain't got no, like, even with my bright lights on, the roads are too extremely dark. Like, it should have some reflective things on the road or something. Like, that darn going to S. Riley Road, South Riley Road, on base at night is extremely dangerous. I'm talking about even if you are experienced drive, because it's like, unless you naturally go there by heart, you can easily miss that mark. For whatever reason, I did not miss it, and I turned in, but it's no railing or anything, so, and it's pitch black, so it's so easy to actually go off the road. So that's why I don't like those situations. And then, like I said, I'm going down this deep dark area by myself. I finally get on base, and it's even more dark. And it's like secluded darn on area and all this is that and the third. So very dangerous like situation for you, girl. All for this $10 order. And I'm like, well, darn, why can't I ever deliver to a house? I've only delivered to one house on Fort Bragg. They always want to send your girl to a hospital. They always want to send your girl to the barracks. And then I went to the hood one time in Fort Bragg, and I'm still amazed. I'm like, darn, our darn on soldiers are living in these types of darn on deplorable conditions. Oh my, honey, yeah, you can keep the trans ban on us, because if this is how y'all got to live, this is how I'm living, honey. I stick with the darn on slumlord I got right now. Hell, that darn on place I went to made my slumlord look like, honey, I'm at the darn on Pina Colada Inn. I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door for a moment, y'all. Must be the neighbor. Y'all know these walls are thin as hell, y'all. But anyways, honey, made my darn gone place look like the Pina Colada Inn, baby. But I delivered that order, got on the 210 back to Murchison Road, honey, and darn gone did my other dashes and called it a night. I finished off delivering my last order to another repeat place, honey. Not the same person, but, honey, these darn on wacky apartments, honey, off of Ramsey Street, where it got these strict parkings and everything else. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then she talking about on the first, multiple buildings are named, have the same number. And I knew it was like one building that had the front and the back, but I didn't know it was 2 buildings that had the same exact number. So now, and due to the limited parking, now I got to walk all the way around here. And then I got to go upstairs for you. And then it comes to find out that you ain't in tip. Honey, this was my last order. It was like a $4 base pay order, honey. So at this point, I was so over it. I usually knock on the door as a courtesy. unless they specify not to knock on the door for the contactless orders. Some people will specify ring the doorbell or call them in advance, this, that, and the third, because they know they might be living in problematic areas where somebody might snatch their darn on order. So, some of them will ask you to call and notify them so they can immediately grab their stuff as you going away, that, social distancing. Honey, she ain't specified, so I left it down there, took my picture, put in my note, left at the front door, and commenced to walking down. I said, I ain't about to do all this. And that was now I remember it was a Taco Bell order. I went to the Ramsey Street Taco Bell because I remember I put some extra sauces on her, around the thing, because the bag is sealed. And I'm not about to open the bag. They gave me the extra sauces after the fact. So I put the bag down there and put the sauces in front, and then took my picture and walked on down the stairs. I ain't in so much knocked on the door. I said, I ain't about to darn, I don't even want to look at your non-tipping having ass. Especially after the darn helpiness of me about dealing with that Fort Bragg for the second time this week. Hell no. So I looked at my app. Honey, it said I made me $213. It was staying at $174 for the longest, and this is the thing I keep learning about DoorDash. It won't update your earnings until after you end the dash half the time. So I was like, now wait a minute. Now I know I should be at least at 196 or 200. Like, why I keep saying that I'm at 174? It wasn't until I ended the dash and then it updated my amount for that, because every time you in a dash and you start again, it updates a new one. So it doesn't combine everything in one day. So let's say if you dash 3 times in one day, it will show up as 3 different dashes, but it will all have the same date on it. It won't combine and put all those, orders within one day. I mean, it does, but it doesn't put it as one block. It will put it as 3 blocks because you dashed 3 different times, if that makes sense. So it wasn't until I ended it where it updated my, dash for the day. And I made $213. So it was overall worth it. But Diva will not be doing the Fort Bragg no more. Nuh-uh. I mean, not unless I get somebody to ride with me, and I don't got no close friends or nothing like that in Fayetteville. But yeah, it's like situations like that, and it wouldn't pay if I had somebody to ride with me, because, honey, the money is really around nighttime. 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. If I can have somebody to drive for me, I still drop the orders off, pick up the orders and stuff. But it's like, if I can darn gonna have somebody drive for me, honey, and I just break them off a little bit of money, honey, that could easily be an extra $150. I can make $300 a week with DoorDash, honey, and break somebody off, about 50. This is why DivaWuan, it wouldn't help to have a close, like, this would be ideal if DivaWuan had a roommate or something like that, or a real cool bestie that wasn't really doing nothing. But yeah, DivaWuan don't have that, honey. So we just going to stick with my driving for now. And every now and again, I might darn gonna brace myself for the late. Now, sometime in December, I'm going to try for the first time the DoorDash during midnight. Like, I don't know what stores are open up at midnight. I guess with the pandemic lift, they supposed to be putting us right back in stage 1, which has helped it for me as a beautician, because it's like, damn, I just worked up the courage to start doing DoorDash. Aesthetics again. And now you talking about we about to go through all these trials and tribulations. This is why Diva has yet to get back into the spa space, because of this constant worrying that if I get into a spa space and I put money down only to be shut down, and I can't enter my facility or anything, and I still got to pay rent. I got money, but I don't got that much money. So I ain't trying to deal with that hassle right now. So I'm currently in this odd place with my aesthetics business, which is putting me in a very bad position, because it's like, I'm eventually going to have to pay my annual, tax on my darn on business and all that. I need to actually put in a profitable report of some time of a decent, caliber. And, me not really working for months on end and selling products here and there is not going to work. I mean, unless I start selling thousands of dollars worth of product. But yeah, Just a mess, y'all. But anyways, that is it, y'all. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep me in good well wishes. I'm not religious, but if you want to pray for me, you can do that as well. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.